I'm going to talk about just the idea of always being congruent with the moment of now and always trying to remain harmonistic with the inescapable property of now, of the all or whatever, of this principle that it's this moment that you can't go back and you can't go forward, but you can plan for the future and you can remember the past, but always actually remaining solidly structured in the moment of now so that you can handle it properly and not have disarray and disorder. Uh, this relates to the feeling that I often get is the feeling of mental flexibility, emotional, I don't even know what word I'm really looking for. Just how wide and variety your range of feelings are that change. So what I'm saying by being congruent isn't being the same always at all. I mean, being flexible when you need to be flexible and staying the same when you need to stay the same. Just actually, because now is like that. Sometimes you go home and you do the same thing every day, and that's a solid, structured, rigid pattern kind of thing. But sometimes, or a routine, and sometimes those routines are super beneficial, but some days we wake up and we're a completely new person. We have a new outlook, and we just are not that we're not, we can't identify with who we were yesterday. It's just you can tell a measurable change of mood and feeling and interpretation based maybe not on time, but just on experience and sleep and diet and all the factors of now that change and are fluid with the constant motion of time and experience. I know personally that hey, phone. I know personally that I do that often where, like, for example, I will wake up in a really, shitty mood, and as the day progresses, I'll just be I can completely 180, or, vice versa. I can wake up in a pretty good mood, and then I go and do something, and something changes. The factors change. I'm no longer who I was in the morning, and it makes me, not even makes me, it's this always constant balance of trying to remain harmonistic with now, so I'm not in turmoil and conflict with the things that are around me and the things that I'm feeling. And I know, like, in my videos, for example, there's many different tones. I have my personality, but I make these videos when I feel it's relevant, not this structured pattern. It's not like work or anything. I don't have to put on this label or face and try to please anybody. I don't have any responsibilities or anything to maintain or any routines. Not yet, at least. I just am just winging it when it comes to these things, and I think it allows the interpreter to kind of see this meaning in this topic that I'm talking about. Is that I change all the time, and I'm a fluid person, and I have my bones to have my foundation and my structure, but I have the water of my body to kind of maintain this consistent balance of, is this right, is this wrong, should I say that, shouldn't I say that, blah blah blah. And there's so many factors of now, and there's so many things to consider that it's almost overwhelming at times, and you have to take it one thing at a time. Some of these videos, and recently I've noticed, I just keep want to talk. Like, I just want to talk to this phone and just keep rambling. And I know the further down the subjective rabbit hole of the topic, I feel like the more diluting it can become because you're listening to so much. So I'm going to keep this one just short and simple, I guess, of always realize that, the moment of now is changing constantly. So you may too, but just always have your foundation of who you want to be and where you want to go, and just be congruent. Bye, YouTube.